Willow Creek Springs presents Healthy Living with your host, Joe Grumbine.
Well, hello and welcome to the Healthy Living Podcast. I'm your host, Joe Grumbine, and this is another episode in the series of overcoming cancer and other obstacles. I was diagnosed with squamous cell carcinoma on October 15th, 2024, and I am telling the story of my journey to health from this point. And today, we're going to talk about setbacks and how to power through them. So the last episode, I had just finally gotten an appointment for a PET scan. And as I understand it, a PET scan is some nuclear radiation that gets injected into you, and then they do this magnetic imaging, and it identifies what they call hot spots, places where there's anomalies or mutated growth or whatever. So it tells them where the cancer is and where it's not. And they've ordered a test from the base of my skull to the middle of my thigh. So they want to check the whole innards of my body to see, where this thing, if this thing is spread. And I had an appointment for the 12th, which is next Monday. And then I have an appointment with the surgical team on the 19th. And everything was good. I was kind of happy about all of that. And so I'm continuing my regimen. And, I've begun getting into it, but it's very complicated in the sense of there's a lot of moving parts to it. It has to do with diet, exercise, sleep, mental attitude, support team, all of these things. And, I keep adding a piece to it because there's one more thing that might help. And I'm going at this with everything I can. This is my life's work right now, is healing myself from this malignancy that's trying to kill me. And it's a war, and I'm going to win, but the process is not always what you want it to be. And a couple of days ago, so part of my regimen has been going out, getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning, starting my push-up regimen, and doing sets of 50 push-ups, and then getting out there, going on an hour walk, which I've converted into a hike, which I've converted into a rock hunting and gathering mission. And ultimately, I climbed to the top of a pretty decent hill. I look for and bring back stones that I will ultimately use in building walls, steps, and other uh, elements in my gardens. Um, I've been doing quite a bit of that lately, mixing concrete and building some steps, carrying some pretty heavy stones. And a couple of days ago, I felt kind of sore in my lower back. And about 12 years ago, I was in a pretty significant car wreck, and I felt a burning, stabbing pain in the base of my back, but I didn't have any health insurance, and I didn't really have anything I could do about it. I didn't have any money, and I just got over it, as I'm likely to do. And it healed up, and for the last 12 years, I've gone pretty pain free, and I push myself pretty hard. But right now, I'm on a real pushing mission right now. And when I get out there moving rocks, sometimes I forget, maybe I don't pick them up in the cleanest way, or just forget how friggin' heavy they are. And I'm 58 years old, and I've put myself through a lot of grief. And anyways, whatever reason, yesterday I woke up and I was pretty sore. And I said, well, I still do my push-ups. And so I was still doing my sets. And once I got down flat, it seemed like it was okay. But then by the time I was finished, I was pretty darn sore. It was getting tender, and I'm like, ah, crap. I think I pushed it a little too hard. So I did several sessions with my Rife machine, addressing that, and my wife was very gracious and rubbed me down. Used our Willow Creek Springs products, and I've done everything I can. Got a lot of rest, and today I'm being very gentle with it. It's better today, but not good. And so I got this wake up call that says, hey, you gotta watch how hard you're pushing yourself as you're trying to make yourself strong to go through this battle and this surgery and all these things that we're trying to get done. Um, you can push yourself over the ledge and you go from being stronger to being weaker pretty quick. So that was kind of a wake up call. I don't like that because I want to be able to push as hard as I want no matter what. And I'll be the only reason why I didn't accomplish something. But in this case, my body is not cooperating the way I wish it would. And so I'm having to let go a little bit. I'm having to acknowledge that, I don't know, even my own will um, has to follow the rules and laws of physics and the limitations of my physical body. And that's a tough pill to swallow when you have a constitution as mine. Um, and then, so I'm going along, accepting these things, dealing with them. And I'm about to record later on tonight. I'll probably record another episode of that talks about purging. But through all of this, I'm telling my story here. This is the only place I'm telling my story. I'm not announcing anything on social media. I'm not even talking about it, except, in very general terms with people I consider to be my friends. And, we're going to talk about the purge and all the people that have left my life or that I've pushed away from my life in the last year or closer to 2 years. But this week, I had somebody who, is one of my Willow Creek Springs reps and was having some kind of issue with something. And I just told her, I says, listen, I'm dealing with this. And I told her what was the deal. And I says, and my business is suffering. I'm not doing well. I haven't been making good money. And, this is all a big hassle and a stress. And so, be a little patient, a little forgiving, and I'll do the same. And of course, her attitude changed. And I'm not here to play this card. It pisses me off that I even had to mention it. But when somebody's being an asshole and I realize that, well, if you know the truth about what I'm dealing with, it might change the way you approach it. Fuck it, I'll lay it down. And again, this happened, oh, we need to do this, we need to do that. I want to set up a GoFundMe. No, I don't want a GoFundMe. For everybody who says, can I help you? I want to help. I want to help. I say there's three things you can do. One, you can actually offer me some kind of a medical resource or something that can actually help me, which many people have, and that's where my regimen has come from. Two, you can pray for me or send me energy work. You don't have to tell me about it, just do it. Or three, you can support my business because I've got to pay for all this shit. Even though I have some insurance, I hit with copays on every single thing. This is very expensive and it's going to get more expensive. It's not going to get any less. And I got to figure out a way to pay it. That's the reality. And so, my business, we make great products. I'm not good at marketing, and little by little we're growing again, but that's something you can do. You can support the business. I am not looking for any charity. I'm not doing a GoFundMe. I'm not asking anybody for shit. That's not what this is about. It's my problem. I'm going to fix it. But I do care about my loved ones, and I understand people do want to help, and I'm making a clear and realistic way for that to happen. Anyways, I can't believe my wife, you know, part of what I'm dealing with right now is just keeping stress and drama out of my life. I will not be stressed and I will not have drama. So if stress and drama starts coming in, I just snip it out. I got big scissors, I cut it out just like that. So the other night, I'm dozing off to bed, and my wife's like, "Oh, I can't believe what she posted." And I'm like, "What?" And oh, this person on Facebook, she posted all this stuff, and she took half of what I said and made up half of it and put this crazy, oh, Joe Grumbine's got stage 4 cancer and is going out of business and all these things and all the and I was just, are you kidding me? And I said, well, tell her to just take it all down. This is ridiculous. And I thought about it. I'm like, oh God, I gotta be the one to do this. So I just sent her a message. I'm like, you need to take this thing down. It's not accurate. It's inappropriate. I told you this stuff in confidence as a friend, and just take it all down now. It was not a suggestion. And she did. But instead of an apology or instead of it was a little bit of a defensive, well, you said this and that, like, just stop. And then the next thing I know, I get told by somebody else that she's posted up again on social media, I no longer represent Willow Creek Springs, and she unfriends me. And I'm just like, fuck, are you kidding me? Like, this is somebody I've known and has worked with me and knows me, knows the good I've done for so many people. I've done so much good for her personally, and she gets her feelings hurt, and this is what happens. And this is what's happened to just about anybody who's left my life. Something happened, they got their feelings hurt. You know what? I don't care about your feelings. I don't care about my feelings. We all have feelings. Sometimes they feel good, sometimes they feel lousy, sometimes they get hurt. Life is life, and we have to deal with life. And I'm dealing with life, and I am sharing this with you because it's just a ridiculous experience that I've had to go through. And I want people to realize, if you're going to get stuck where I'm stuck and have to fight a battle like this, be mindful that some of your people are going to be stupid and do some really foolish things, and they're going to blame it on you. And I don't buy into any of it. I couldn't give a shit. If you're going to treat me that way, good riddance, got to go, don't come back. And the funny thing is, these very same people are people that come back to me for medicine that I make because I've done something that has saved their life and changed their life. Well, guess what? You shut the door, it's shut. I'm not here to be treated like shit and then come back and save your life anymore. Trying to save my life right now. So I just want to share this. Realize that if you're going through this battle, you're going to get hit with all kinds of unexpected whoop-de-doos, bumps and bruises, and keep your head positive. Realize that in the end, you're not going to remember any of this. You're just going to get where you're going, and these little bumps and bruises will pass right on through, and they're not going to have any bearing on it. So that's what I'm doing. I'm talking about it so that I can let it go clean, and I don't have to think about it anymore. And that's it. So I really appreciate everybody that's been following along with this instead of asking me for daily updates. And as I said, I'm going to tell you everything, all the details as this thing's unfolding. Not just real time like today, but I will be getting into some of the different treatments and some of the different elements of the program that I'm on, why I'm doing it, what I'm not doing, all of these things. So that's it for today. I think it's going to be a short one. I will talk to you soon. This has been another episode of the Healthy Living Podcast. We produce this show so that people can share their stories, people that have overcome obstacles, people that are undergoing obstacles. We're building a community of health-minded individuals. If you're interested in supporting the show, please leave a review on the platform you're listening to it on. If you're interested in becoming a guest, please send an email to itsjoegrumbine@gmail.com, or you can send a note into the notes section of the podcast. All right. Well, thank you for supporting this show, and we hope you've enjoyed it.